who is going to be watching this in the future. Hello, hello. Thank you for checking this out. This is just going to be a little practice run, a little dry run on some issues that I want to bring to the forefront concerning like the cover up of Bigfoot and the control of information. What's and pretty much like essentially Bigfoot conspiracy talk, just under like the backstory to what's actually going on. Everybody perceives this world as though, oh, this is how life should be. This is the way the world should be. This is how it is. This is how YouTube is, and you don't even realize what could be, what should be, and what's going on behind the scenes. So, some of these things I'm talking about is just, for instance, the control of Google in the or YouTube in the first place by Google, and the purchase of YouTube by Google, knowing that this platform is off and running and taking off. And just like with Facebook, hello, my kitty cat. Hi, honey. Just like with Facebook, there are government ties through the former CEO of a CIA front company called InQtel to Facebook. So this person associated with InQtel had been associated with Facebook. So there's the tie that binds. There's the CIA. There's the Central Intelligence Agency control going on right there. So just keep that in mind as we talk about the potentiality of Google being another conduit for the government, for the CIA, for the... See, this is how the New World Order works, as exposed by Fritz Springmeier. They create many front companies, so you can't put them out of business. It doesn't matter if they shut one down. You got 10 more factories rolling out, doing the operation. Skull and Bones at Yale University, 322. That's the 322nd Lodge of the Illuminati, which was founded in 1776. So in 250 years, what have they done if they were up to 322 back in the 1800s? Do you understand and perceive the game that's being played against you? So what I'm telling you is, there is a conspiracy, there is a control of information, and it has gone so far, just like the public is weaponized against you if you support either political party. Half the people want to kill you. Same thing with what they've done with friggin' Bigfoot. Sorry, I'm like lost my train of thought there. But honest to God, like they have moderators. This is what I want to talk about. They have these moderators that if you say something wrong, something they disagree with, clip those wings. So they've weaponized the public. They've weaponized the ass kissers. I tell everybody in a live chat, don't give me a wrench. Try to give me one, I'll take that shit back. I don't want it. Do not want it. Don't look at me as a cop. Don't look at me as a police officer. I'm cool. I don't want to walk up in the group and have everybody like scatter. That's not me. Or have everybody uneasy. Oh, hey, how you doing? Change my mood just because you're here. That's uncool. I don't do that shit. But that's what they've done. They've weaponized the public. I've had my Foot Clan channel blocked on the Untold Radio Network, which is fine. I've already talked a lot of truth. I did an interview on there. Okay? Not a huge deal. I've got other channels that I could go on there and talk on, but not really, because I talked some major shit one time, and I got like 3 or 4 channels blocked. It was funny as hell. But you got to go out there sometimes and just battle and talk the truth, and that's why I've got numerous channels. But people are going off. I don't know what I said, something about Elon Musk. Who the fuck knows? But that's just the first of it. So we're talking about the CIA, right? You've got the CIA on Expedition Bigfoot, publicly, openly on the television. They're talking about having the CIA. Come on. And that's like a blatant just slap in your face, making you take it. Like, what's that? Like just some little backhand in your... Yeah, keep watching the movie, dumb shit. Like they're just fucking conditioning you to be an idiot. You should be saying, wait a minute, this is fucking garbage. The government is involved in this TV production. Right there, they're on scene with the CIA. Does it make any sense to you? Doesn't to me, unless I think, oh, they're trying to blatantly let you know the cover-up is there. See, they only take it so far on TV anyway, as you know. They'll only take it so far. They'll only find so much evidence. It's always a maybe. They on that fucking Expedition Bigfoot show, last crap I watched on it, they had these huge thermal cameras way up high. No infrared. These Sasquatch didn't know that they're on film, and they're walking across the field, and they're saying, "Oh, Maria, it's right up there by you." But then, oh, they all scatter, and the freaking tall dude with the horseshoe ring goes walking up into the field, and he doesn't sit there. Nobody's watching the camera, dictating to anybody where they need to go to catch this thing. It was a big fucking shit show, done on purpose, done by the producers, which is the next issue at hand. These producers are fucking secret society members. I heard Doug Hychek on the Untold Radio Network talking about, oh yeah, just contacted Stanton Friedman and hung out with him, and I'm thinking, like, what is the connection? How does this happen? Like, is this through the History Channel? But then it's like, wait a minute, it's through the lodges, it's through the secret societies, it's all those NASA scientists that are on TV talking about space and the moon. They're all that the black, white, Cosby, Obama motherfucker. They're all Freemasons. They're all part of this club. You got to understand the rituals they go through. When you listen to William Cooper, when you understand the esoteric, the mystery schools, when you've been taught by those on the inside. I mean, I've listened to this religiously for hundreds of hours. This is my education because I want to understand who these people are that rule this world. Okay? I'm not going and trying to get into the secret societies. I pretty much to their face let them know, no thank you, I know who you are. And I've done that and had somebody's jaw drop to the floor. Some very high-ranking people that I've known in my life at different times, called them out on who they are and what they're doing. One was furious reaction. One was a very astonished reaction. You can believe I know who the enemy is. I know who they are. And when you identify them, they identify themselves. So I'm talking about the Jesuits. My father was an altar boy. My father did a lot for the Catholic Church. Believe you me, I got some very strong genetics, okay? I got a great mind and a great physical body, but I'm not going to be participating in the fucking military, in the cover-up, in the killing, in the sham of humanity. I'm all about uncovering the truth. Pardon me. So the point is, these secret society member producers are more than likely who is pulling the strings behind the TV shows, making all the crap happen. What's up, Show Me Sasquatch? So, but that's what's going on. So you remember, I don't know if you remember in the early days of Sasquatch Chronicles, and I'm talking like episode 35. It was hard to listen to at first. Actually, little side tangent here. There's a podcast called Into the Fray. And when Wes Germer had Will Jevning and this other female host on, I think her name is Shannon, I hated it. I thought it was absolutely terrible. But he got rid of them, which I was very glad. And I didn't like Shannon at all. But Into the Fray, I listened to this show on occasion, and she was saying how she was on Sasquatch Chronicles for a time at the beginning. So I was impressed with that. Her show has gotten a lot better, and that's a pretty good show, and they have Bigfoot episodes on occasion. So if you want to check out Into the Fray, check that out. But on the early episodes of Sasquatch Chronicles, Wes had... there's an episode that he took down. I'll tell you that. We'll go on this one. He took down this episode called The Zoo. And he took it down because somebody got stabbed and almost died and murdered by the military, presumably by some hit squad people, because they were warning her. When Wes was on the phone with her, she's saying, they're here with me right now. And so he's reluctantly doing this interview conversation with her, with these unknown military people in her home, telling her, you can't talk about this, you can't talk about this. So this woman is obviously a fucking moron. You know what I mean? It's just like ridiculing your boss in front of HR. Hello? Like, you better fucking hope you got some ground to stand on, because you're pretty much digging your own fucking grave right here. So Wes conveys this story on an interview that he does on the Justin Fall show, Faull. So if you look up Wes Germer Justin Fall show, you can find this interview, which I've shared on my channel numerous times. It's saved on my Bigfoot playlist and probably whatever else, but my favorites, it's on there. It's great information. So he tells that story about how he does this interview with her, then somebody comes back, stabs her. The only reason she lives is because she had like special forces guys like in the house taking care of her, making sure nobody came back to finish her off and do her in. Like, this is serious shit. So Wes also had these Department of the Interior emails that somebody had sent him citing his name. Citing his name. And when he's doing the show, he's talking about Bob Garrett. They're talking about down in Texas. They're talking about the intervention of law enforcement, intervening with Bigfoot research, yada yada, and all this shit. And then, you know, that it's just the show just seemed to take a turn away from that. Like, why? Why, Wes? You are the outlet. You are the platform. You are the tip of the spear. And you don't want to go there? See, that's why I'm making this video right now, because I want to talk Bigfoot conspiracy. I keep saying to Jeremiah on Bigfoot Society, whatever. I'm like, dude, let me know when you're ready to talk Bigfoot conspiracy, but they're not. They're not. As soon as you name names and point out shit that people have done and, oh, what about this? What about this? What about this red flag? I could just write a book called Red Flags, Bigfoot Red Flags and Red Circles. Watch, somebody will fucking come out with it. I'm just telling you, like, that's where it's at right now. Like, I'm gonna have to like get a new laptop and just start click, 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 just telling stories, like exposing the fucking people, because they hate when you show like Duke from World Bigfoot Radio is fucking hoaxing. They hate to show, look, Kelly Shaw, Red Circle hoaxes on Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization. It's gonna discredit your fucking everything you claim, everything you're trying to fucking do. You get it? Kelly's making money. Duke, he's not monetized on the YouTube platform. But I always say, does Kelly work? What do some of these Bigfooters do for money? I gotta fucking go to work for 40 hours a week. I don't make that much money. It sucks. But try to change your fucking life. You can't focus on fucking Bigfoot. I'll tell you that much. There's only 24 hours in a fucking day, X amount of fucking hours in a week, and you gotta sleep. So, you know what I mean? Good luck getting it done. Depends on where you are, because that money's getting fucking ripped out of a lot of people's pockets fucking just as fast as they spend it. I mean, as fast as they make it, it's getting spent. So, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. There is some real conspiracy cover-up stuff that's happening in the Bigfoot world that they don't want to talk about. I have experienced direct intervention. When I started, my wife got a phone call that said, "We know where your husband is. He deserves to get shot and thrown in the river." That's a true fucking story. That is a true story. Pretty sure I told that on Bigfoot Crossroads, and I can't remember if it's on that episode or not. I don't know if he edited that out. I told it on one interview I did, but that's a true story. I tried to extort my wife for money. She was in Texas. And so you just never know, like, who's watching. But that's what I'm saying. When you know the enemy, when you've been exposing the enemy, believe me, I was way more deeply educated in the conspiracy world and the UFO world than I ever was the Bigfoot world. And I fully immersed myself in the Bigfoot world and found out for myself. But understanding the conspiracy and the cover-up and the infiltration world of 9/11 truth, of anti-war movements, of government crime cover-ups, of government-sponsored terrorism and the resulting cover-ups, like the Boston bombing, like Sandy Hook, like Columbine High School, which is very close to me. I could have gone to Columbine High School. My mom chose to not send us there. It was one of the 4 schools within, that we could have gone to. So that hits close to home for me. We moved to Colorado in 98, and that happened like April of the next year. So, like I said, that hits very close to home for me. I've more than more than I can even say. Let's put it that way. I know a lot about Columbine. I know so much about Columbine. There's a guy named William Zabel that did an interview on the Binal of America show. Now, Tim Binal, had his own show. Now, he ended up getting scooped up, coming back on the conspiracy route, by the Coast to Coast AM program for his expertise, whatever it is. Maybe they wanted him to stop investigating and stop presenting information, and they offered him a lucrative career on the Coast to Coast AM program so that they could control the opposition and control the release of information, because that's what they do. Because Coast to Coast AM has a notorious connection to the CIA through Art Bell, to which he's admitted that he's in the CIA mockingly. Fine, if everybody thinks I'm in the CIA, then I guess I am in the CIA. Can't keep the secret anymore, you little weak fuck. That's why he ran to the Philippines. But trust me, he did some... This is what happens, man. You fucking fuck with these people, you're going to get done in one way or the other. You don't want these people in your equation, is what I'm trying to tell you. I've lived it. I know what it's like to have people that want to harm you, okay? It's not cool. It's not cool. So you have to be extremely strong and be ready for the fight before you even enter it. It's not something that you just... Most people cower, okay? Most people cower. I don't. Because the truth will resound. I've said that. I stand with the truth. I talk the truth, and nobody's going to quiet me down. But it doesn't matter. The understanding and the ability to teach this truth is what's important. It's been taught to me. I've studied it. And through the conspiracy world, through the UFO world, I've been able to expose the Bigfoot world for all of its shortcomings and cover-ups. There's so much we can talk about, just like how in the anti-war movement in Vietnam, you had Timothy Leary handing out LSD, busting people, getting the FBI involved, informants, dirty work, wrapping people up in criminal cases to get them off of the anti-war movement, get them off the street so they can't organize people, so that the American public doesn't want to even think that there's a portion of the populace that wants to stop the war, and the people that are actually doing it. But they're framing people, they're setting people up, all of these things, intimidation, and that's when it comes over into the Bigfoot world, which I've experienced, which Wes Germer has alluded to, which Bob Garrett in Texas has testified to. So there's many people that have been told to keep quiet. We hear about the men in black. It's a joke that I often say, and I'm going to coin it, and nobody better try to steal it from me. These are my jokes. Because the men in black in the Bigfoot world are the men in the black SUVs. Okay, there's not the guys in the black suits. It's the men in the black SUVs. And we know this. But more importantly, you have to look at the double agents. I say even possibly Meldrum. If you look at Robert Kreider's criticism of Jeff Meldrum and the breaking of the chain, what do you call it? The chain of custody of the DNA evidence that he did was absolutely sloppy work. He was trusted, and he betrayed the trust of many. And that's important to take into consideration. Jeff Meldrum has betrayed my trust in him when he, many times, but especially when he said that the Marble Mountain Sasquatch video is a hiker with a hoodie on, when the Bigfoot is clearly making the motion of aiming a rifle at the people filming it, talking about having a .22 in the backpack. Okay? So this is real stuff that goes on that is a complete cover-up by these plants, by these double agents. I look at Adam Davies, and I told the guy the other day, I still got to read his comment. It's what inspired me to make this video. I says, I think Adam Davies is a plant. He's like, why do you say that? Because they're like overly scientific. They're like, well, I'd like to just look at the evidence and maybe, form a hypothesis, and then with the scientific method we'll come to a conclusion. It's like, okay, but we already know we're dealing with with stuff like beyond physics. We are dealing with some amazing shit with Bigfoot. And they're going to just use this overly thinking attitude to totally shut down the idea of the possibility of Bigfoot. It's like on Expedition with Bigfoot when the structures. Oh, you mean hunting blinds? Even Sahelis Sasquatch. It's like, what kind of structures? Hunting blinds? And it's like, no, not hunting blinds. Like, I have found some that have been straight up between trees that could be blinds, but I would say 99% are nothing like a hunting blind. Yeah, you should watch that video. I've exposed it twice now. On the Marble Mountain video, you can watch it in slow motion on YouTube. Watch the, what do you call it? You know, when they stabilized vision with the stabilized view of the video, and you can clearly see 2 times. It does it right away when the kid's like, John's got a 22 in the backpack, and then it does it again as they're filming it and it's going off. And the second time, Bat Mom, it goes like this. It does something like this. It aims the gun, and then it makes a motion of throwing it on the ground. So it's like this, and then it's throwing on the ground. And it's clear as day. It is clear as day. It's absolutely astonishing. So the point is, there's plants. There's plants. Every politician is a plant. They're all wearing different cloaks. They're not a Democrat or a Republican. They're really working for the CFR. They're working for whoever's paying them, whoever's ever putting them on, whoever backed them, whoever donated to the cause to get them there. You understand? That's how the game works. Whoever's really behind it, in secret, paying for the front of it all. It's all a takeover. It's all been taken over. It's a big sham. All politics. Trump, Biden, all of it. Doesn't matter. 2 hands feeding the same beast. They might be feeding their people and their people, but it sure as fuck ain't you unless you're part of the conspiracy, unless you're doing the dirty work, unless you're one of the scum. Thinker Thunker, dude, I got so mad at him for making excuses for Jeff Meldrum. One of his most recent videos on YouTube, they showed this aerial photo. It was supposed to be the big reveal on a TV show, and it was a guy in a suit, clearly, and then they have Jeff Meldrum and everybody giving commentary on it, and Thinker Thunker's like, well, clearly something's going on here. They must be mistaken. And I'm like, dude, you're watching the cover-up in fucking real time. Now you're making excuses? Like, this is when you should be like, something's wrong here. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Ranger Kim? So that's when you should be saying red flag, red flag. But people want to be part of the cult, so they got to be like super nice and like, you can't criticize. You go to chat on Bigfoot Society and it'll be like, no bad talking, don't say anything bad about anybody, and we'll remove your comments, yada yada. So that's what I'm talking about. It's a big fucking cover-up. Meldrum he's a fucking double agent at this point. He's pissed enough people off, and I've been talking shit about that guy forever. He denied some juvenile Sasquatch prints that my buddy found in Illinois that they're finding at the property along the river that his friend has, and he's like, dude, check these out. And they're deep. They're exactly like what I'm finding here in Colorado, and the pinky toe's a little farther back. But Jeff Meldrum's like, oh, those can't be Sasquatch, blah blah. It's like, they clearly are. It's private property. It's the only people out there. And it's just like, dude, the cover-up's going on. So that's what I'm talking about. It's happening. People, but it's not being exposed. Give me a podcast where I can talk about this. I don't even want to, commit to it. I don't want to run this shit. I'm busy. I don't want to, you know what I mean? If you're going to give me 35, 45,000 a year, I can breathe. Okay. But other than that, I got to fucking work. So, I tried to do a podcast for a little bit, and it took up a lot of time editing it. And Wayne Tutherow wanted to have some just random strangers do the editing on it and shit. And I'm like, dude, I need to be in control. Like, every little thing I don't want in there, I don't want this, making sure I'm making it sound right. And I'm like, never mind. You want to just give the reins to somebody else? It's like, okay, all they want is the fucking ad revenue. It's just a big, they're repeating themselves. Do you ever get bored as fuck listening to a podcast? There's people I won't even listen to. There's one guy who just started a new podcast. He's a co-host on another show, and dude, I can't go there, man. It's just, I can't take the rambling. I don't, you know what I mean? Too much. Just so much repetition in Bigfoot. Nobody's talking conspiracy. Nobody's taking the fucking reality of the cover-up and boom, put it in your face. Realize who's doing it. showing you how, showing you the big names like Kreider, who's criticized Meldrum, showing you that you got to look at everybody on the TV, put them through the red flag filter. Everybody who's running a channel on YouTube with a live stream, see who their guests are. I'm so critical of fucking Sasquatch Ontario because he fucking has Long Island Bigfoot, Long Island Sasquatch, whoever he is, this fake motherfucker. He's out telling stories which I can't even believe on Vic Cundiff's channel because his videos show like bumps on trees zoomed in going, oh, baby Sasquatch clinging to a tree. And you're like, whap. Like, seriously, dude, you're a hoaxer at this point. Red circles on nothing. Watched his videos, fake-ass claims. And I'm like, now Sasquatch Ontario's hanging with this guy? And you want to normalize this shit? I would be like, dude, get off my dick. Get the fuck off my channel. You're fucking posting fake shit. But I'm calling everybody out. World Bigfoot Radio, they fucking hate it. Fuck. If I'm saying fucking Bigfoot Michigan Rob's fucking sipping syrup, they get fucking mad. Well, the guy's sick every week and he looks like he's on a fucking bottle of cough syrup. Talking like it too. My bad. You know what I mean? Get fucking real. It's like, that's the repetitious shit that's so boring. Where I'm like, dude, just, guys gotta be on there just like posting garbage shit all the fucking time. Gotta talk every week. Gotta talk about the same shit. Let's have the same people on. Kudos to fucking Texas Front Porch for not blocking me. Kudos to Barton Nunley for not blocking me. They'll block me temporarily if I start yapping off. But at least those fucking good old Southerners can fucking take a good fucking debate. Makes you stronger. Some of these fucking weaklings just want to fucking wrench you right close. Close that one up. We're not talking about that. Don't say that. Give me a wrench. Put the fucking kibosh on that one. Look at this guy. Bro, I gave you some credit on my interview on the Untold Radio Network. I told Jim Myers about you, Rex, and I was like, yeah, dude, you got to friggin' check out this channel. And yeah, anywhere, seriously, if there's a red circle, there is a Sasquatch, even if you don't see it. That's a fact. So, you know. Oh, text blocked you, huh? Well, I might not have been text. It's probably one of his moderators, and that's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's the problem. You can't do your own moderating. Somebody else is going to kick you out of my house? I don't fucking think so. You know what I mean? When it's time for you to go, I'll let you know. Otherwise, everybody can have a good fucking time, or I'll tell you to shut the fuck up and quit talking about what you're talking about, but I'm going to intervene. I fucking bounced where it's me versus 300 people in a fucking venue. I look them all dead in the fucking eye when I check their ID. I bust jokes with all of them in fucking line. I tell all the ones that are fucked up, you better fucking watch your ass tonight. You're already fucked up. Come on in. Don't drink too much because I'm going to have to fucking handle you later. That's how I fucking handle my business. People don't fucking work like that. People don't fucking operate like that. And then they get fucking intimidated when you're in the fucking Bigfoot movement trying to fucking referee. Give me the fucking whistle. I'm going to fucking make the call. You stepped on the line. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to set the standards. Nobody even, there's lines on the road for a reason. What about the Bigfoot playing field? What's it look like to you? What's it look like to these guys? You know what it looks like? A big fucking funnel right down to their fucking mouth. Feed me. Fucking live stream, cha-ching, cha-ching, give me some fucking money. That's what the fuck they want. All the money has ruined it. See, here's the other part of the conspiracy. I'm putting out truth videos. I don't have any AI fucking thumbnails. I used to use a couple pictures once in a while to get like 1,500, 2,000 views on my videos, where it would be like, a Bigfoot like going like, oh, like this. Or like I used that like 2 or 3 times back in the day, way before AI. And that was only on my discussion videos. Now everybody's everything video has a fucking AI thumbnail, and I'm just like, dude, too fucking much. And I don't fucking do that. I'm not making any money on it. None of that shit. I forget where I was fucking going. I was gonna actually say something fucking important, but it doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't fucking matter. So it's happening. It's going on. I want to fucking talk about it. I want to fucking get it out there. And I mean, you just got to realize the double agents are there. They're on TV. Put them through the red flags. Same with the guys running the live streams. You got people out there trying to block me. When I see a live stream with no moderators, fucking spect. A flash of beauty. I didn't see any moderators on there last time I was talking and shit. So I'm just like, fuck yeah, I dig it. I'm gonna talk some truth. And sometimes I told them more Simeon High and less Meldrum, and they gave me a thumbs up because I want the Ron Moore. Here's another thing. Here's another fucking thing. Guess Jeff Meldrum comes out and starts saying, "Well, I can't attribute the Sierra Sounds to Sasquatch. Guess why? Because the footprints that were found, I can't say those were Bigfoot footprints." Well, guess what? Now people are fucking mockingbirding Jeff Meldrum, all the fucking parrots in the choir, coming out saying, "Well, I can't really say 100% because I'm a skeptic that the Sierra Sounds are actually Bigfoot." Which, of course, we can't, but we can 99.99999% say that it falls within this category of the unknown upright walking stuff that we all throw in as Bigfoot, like 100%. It's one of them. Look at the fucking 4 or 5 toed prints. But now they're all fucking copying this fucking figurehead. This is why he's there. He's a gatekeeper. Jeff, whatever he says. Is today the day? Nope. Okay, he said no. Everybody said no. I don't give a fuck what he says. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want when I want. The fuck is this guy? You know what I'm saying? He's not in charge of me, but he's in charge of the group. Think. You know what I'm saying? There's a Sasquatch right there. He's fucking your wife. Is it real? No, that's not. Don't worry, that's not real. I'm next, but that's not real. Just go away. Trust Jeff Meldrum on this one. Okay, class dismissed. That's what he's doing. It's the Emperor's New Clothes. They tell you what you fucking see. And you're like, wait, I'm looking right at it. No. You're not seeing what you're seeing, buddy. Here's how you're mistaken. Here, let me tell you what you're really seeing. And guess what? Here's why Jeff's. I've said it before. He's compromised by the Institute of Science, the institution of science. He has to go by the theory of evolution, which I've been having some profound thoughts lately about evolution, about DNA. Watching my fucking nephew that came out of a skinny little Mexican girl with short little parents be like 6'3", huge ass kid going, what the fuck? Thinking like, if you get the right mix of DNA, like, can you get people? Like, could you grow people that big? Like, could you? Like, could you? I'm just starting to think like, we don't really think about breeding humans like that. But how do you, because like I've done it with like through breeding marijuana, and you see the lineages of plants, even with perennials and with different plants, and you see how things become the next. But it's really the same genetic groupings that go here, that go this way, all these variants that are prone to these certain to do certain things. But then you bring them back and they become almost the same thing. It's like 2 plus 2 times 3 is the same as 1 times 6. Like eventually you're getting the same answer using different, it's like the color wheel. You can get similar colors mixing different things. You know how, if you understand that. But so the analogy with DNA, it's extremely interesting to think about DNA in that regard. But I digress. So there's obviously a cover-up. They're covering up on a daily basis by blocking people. Yeah, you just never know what you're going to get. I'm telling you, the DNA is, even if you do your own DNA, like I've never done 23andMe, but just letting you know, like people got strange DNA they never would know that is in there. Dude, I can call dogs. I'll ask people, I'm like, what is that, a Basset Hound Poodle mix? And they're like, how did you know? I was like, oh, you can just like the snout and then like the flab and the chest and the legs. I don't know. And they're just like, God. And I'm just like, yeah, you can just, once you know, but it's interesting. Dude, I've smoked weed and been like, oh my God, that tastes exactly like this. I smoked this strain. I said, that tastes like the real McCoy. We looked up the strain lineage and it had the real McCoy in the strain lineage. And because it tastes like apples. And I'm like, fuck, I've smoked that shit back in the 90s. And it's like here in the 2010s, 20s. I'm like, and it's in the fucking genetics. It's like, it's there if you know what you're talking about, So it's funny if you think about Bigfoot and what it is. And Melba says it's half human. And then it's like, what's the other half? It's profound, and that's why they want to cover it up. It's gonna fuck with science. Like, I mean, dude, I sent DNA to Darby Orcutt. I've yet to hear back from him yet. Like, I'm not even worried. Like, it's his. Have fun with it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's like going in the trash. It's like getting washed down the rocks. I've been feeding Bigfoot lately. He came on Christmas night, ate a chocolate truffle I left out there, but he kicked a box that I had left, like some old crappy Oreos and like a Slim Jim and old piece of chocolate, and I don't think he liked it. It's been out there for like 2 weeks, and it's probably frozen fucking rock hard, but I don't know. I got to just clean up the food. I had some other food wrapped in foil in the jar. I didn't touch it. There was a lollipop that was bent, and I thought, well, the turkeys could have got up there, but then something ate it eventually, chewed on it a little bit, and it was wet. So I know they're coming back, but I don't know what they want. I do not know what they want. Don't know what they like, per se. You're Nigerian, huh? That's cool. I was married to a Somali woman, but she had like Middle Eastern blood. She had like Asian blood, Portuguese from her dad's side. So the kids, everything. Her daughter's like Native American, friggin' Irish. I mean, just so much DNA. But you know what I mean? Eventually, people just look like people. Um, So it's amazing what we're holding inside that potentially could come out if we have the right combination of things. It's even like when they do genetic screening on somebody, and you want to do it like on your wife to make sure your kids aren't going to have, some like birth defect or whatever it is, health concern that you're worried about. It's kind of amazing that they can do that. But you just, like I said, wonder what they could do with DNA in that regard. What could they do with Sasquatch DNA? I mean, I had a long conversation with Darby on the phone before I sent this DNA to him, asking him, what can you do with this? Is there going to be a Jurassic Park scenario where you can create a Sasquatch out of this saliva that I'm sending you? I want to know. And he says no. But I don't know. It just makes me wonder, how far can they get with it? What can they do? Per se, I know Madonna will not let anybody get her DNA. She's like super worried about like anybody having her DNA, I have heard, and she has been guarding her DNA, like won't spit, won't blow her nose in public, like keeps her DNA under wraps, doesn't want anybody to get it. So you hear about these things like Eminem having clones and like human clones, and like it it really makes you wonder, like you could take it as far as like Case of the Body Snatchers type shit. Like, are there aliens like in human clothing, like in public? It sounds absurd, but then you start like realizing like what is true, what could they play on us, what tricks, like when they say in through biblical texts and stuff that these angels can appear in different physical forms. There's the Billy Meyer material out of Switzerland, and I think that one of the names of the female alien contacts is like Simyasi or something like that. Well, I was watching the Dr. Dean Bertram show on the Untold Radio Network, and he's like, yeah, Simyasi is like one of the angels in like the Book of Enoch, or in like, it's like this reference of like in the past, and like these things keep appearing through history, and like the things that they tell Billy Meyer, I don't know, like, oh, I believe a lot of it. I've heard a lot of it. I've listened in depth, but the way they play his ego, the way they tell him that he has been Mohammed, Jesus, Buddha, reincarnated, that's a little fucking far-fetched for me, okay? So you try to bring that shit up to Michael Horn, who is the spokesperson for the Billy Meyer material, and he's just like full speed ahead, like, Billy this, Billy that, Billy has these predictions, Billy this, Billy this. It's like, time out, Michael. Let's talk about some in-depth intricacies here. He doesn't. He won't. He's a plant. He's got a job to do. So same with these Bigfoot guys. They got a fucking job to do. And it's a cover-up. You see Jeff Meldrum fucking covering up the Marble Mountain video. That's a personal fucking stab to my fucking heart. I'm like, dude, I'm going to block that shot every fucking time. I fucking told you. I've said it. I've exposed it. It's on YouTube. I've made 2 videos exposing it. But just go watch it in fucking slow motion and with the stabilized footage. You can see the kid's like, John's got a 22 in the backpack. And the Bigfoot's like, hello? You fucking, I don't know, how did anybody miss that? How did I see it? I'm so fucking observant. I'm just telling you, man. I look for this shit. I analyze this shit. Sometimes, like, I'll just be like, consolidating something, and I'm just like, I'm so glad my mom fucking made me play with blocks when I was a kid. I'll just be like doing puzzles, just doing things in my head, just figuring out work, fixing it, doing, thinking so fast. And I'm like, you know what? That's because I was trained as a fucking child to be intelligent. And I don't think people are. I work with a bunch of fucking idiots sometimes. And I like see this world and I'm like, you know how many mentally ill people are in the fucking Bigfoot world? No joke. Go to a fucking event. I'll just tell you that. Go to an event. I went to an event and I saw some people where I was like, okay, like just talking like you are just at the Special Olympics, which is fine, but I'm just like, that's not my audience, you know, that's not what I'm hoping to attract. I'm like looking for the best and the brightest out there, and you know, you gotta expect people are just coming on whatever, but it's like you can lead a procession of cult member red circle idiots like Duke and them, or you can actually, you know, try to just selectively get the best and understand and talk about these things and just get past the moderators and have 4 YouTube fucking channels and do interviews. But I'm going to have to get on a platform and talk about this where actually people that didn't seek me out are hearing me. Guess what? Just looked up my interview on Sasquatch Theory that I did 1 year ago. 20K. 20,000 views. So 20,000 people heard me talk about my paranormal experiences, whether they liked it or not. I mean, even if they heard it and they said, click, fuck this guy. His wife saw what? Walk through the wall? Fucking crazy ass motherfucker. Doesn't matter. You heard it. It made the impact. You felt it. You fucking felt it. You can deny it if you want. So that's what I got to do with the Bigfoot conspiracy. I can have 7 people watch me on a live stream. You know what I'm saying? Or I can really get out there and get the thousands of people. But I'm trying to get Jeremiah to talk about it. Guys, grease the wheels for me. Let him know it's okay to talk Bigfoot conspiracy. Let him have some guests on. Let him point the finger at me and say, Duff, he's crazy. But let me present these ideas to the public. I need to. It needs to be talked about because it's happening and it's the truth and it's the key to open the door to see when there's 100 doors blocking your vision and you're trying to see what's that way down there. We got a curtain. Well, oop, the clouds rolled in. Oh, it's cover up. When I give you the key, shine the light to see all the way, then you go, holy fuck, he's right. I can see it clear as fucking day. That's all I want you to do is see. They don't want you to see. That's the fucking problem. These moderators, these motherfuckers blocking you, these people I've exposed, they're vindictive fucks. Could you imagine what kind of fucking bastard-ass cop Brian of the hijacked Bigfoot or Sasquatch Odyssey fucking podcast probably was? And that fucking bitch, if you're watching right now, Brian, fuck you. Because he was fucking subscribed to me. He was jocking my fucking interview over there on fucking Untold Radio Network. Dude, go do your own fucking thing, bro. You don't fucking like me? Don't talk about me. Don't pay me no fucking mind. I'm not out there making fucking videos about you. I'm saying some secondhand shit that 7 or 8 people are fucking hearing. Because you know what you fucking did. You know you fucking stole the name of your podcast. But dude, just live on. I do an interview on Untold Radio Network, then he fucking goes on there and fucking does one too. I think he saw that I fucking did one and fucking literally like went on and fucking requested to come on a show and fucking do a fucking interview on the Untold Radio Network. Like that's the fucking jealousy level of some of these fucks, but they're like watching intently when then they fucking see you. See, Duke wouldn't know that I'm like local Squatch or Bigfoot Truth, and then he'd be like, "Hey, buddy, what's up?" And I'd be like, "Oh, these fucking red circle hoaxers like Duke and such, and you like come on and like catch me." He's like, "Oh, bye, local troll," and it's like, dude, you faked. You fucking got a fucking circle around the stump of a tree. Like, look up, it's a fucking tree, and you're fucking claiming, "Oh, Sasquatch here." Fake lies all the fucking time. Can't believe a fucking thing you say. But it's fucking bad out there. It's a cult fucking mentality and people doing that shit all fucking day long. It's fucking terrible. But it's encouraged because that's how the cover-up is. Whatever justifies the means is what they're going to do. So there's going to be people out there encouraging, make this guy a moderator, have a moderator out. Fucking yeah. There's hardly channels that say easy moderators. Don't block anybody. They're out there, but it's hard to find them. And trust me, I test the waters thoroughly. So I'm not just out there talking about Bigfoot. I'm talking politics. I'm talking a lot of shit. I used to battle the flat Earth dumb fucks until it's like, no, I'm just making a video. I'm talking about it on a video. I've got probably thousands, tens of thousands of views on some of these flat Earth videos I've made just to prove my fucking point. It's a government psyop. I've ruined my friendship with Parkway over it. Sorry, buddy. Love you, bro. But just I can't take the support of the fucking cover up. You gotta get it. There's a playing card, an Illuminati playing card deck of the flat Earth. It's a complete psyop. The NASA is run by the secret societies. All the secret societies are taking orders from the intelligence agencies through Rome. Rome has had files on people since the Inquisition, since they were writing on goddamn papyrus. I'm telling you, Rome has. There's a story about this priest going to a house. He's a missionary, Christian missionary, goes to this house, ends up. They open the door, lock it behind him. He thought, Jesus, what the hell did I get myself into? And he says, this guy was the head of the Catholic Church in town. He says, oh, I know who you are. He goes, you do? He says, yeah. He says, we know all of you. He says, pick any member of your church. And the guy thought, this guy's crazy. And he says, okay, I'm going to pick this. I know this guy's wife. She's a new member of the church. And he says, he says, so he tells the guy, okay, this lady. The guy goes to a file cabinet, goes through it, finds it, shows him a file with the lady's name on it, all about who she is, where she's born, what her denominations are, all this information about her. They've got that. They've got that in databases. That's who runs the show. Military intelligence is ran by Satanists like Michael Aquino. These people are fucking masters at fucking... They're Satanists. They'll fucking set you up. They'll frame you. They don't believe in God. They have no fucking God except to fucking control you. Their God is power and control over others. Understand that. That's why the military takes these psychopaths and sociopaths in. They give them a home. They give them an enemy. It's you. It's you. It's you. You're the enemy. You know how many times the fucking military's tested on you, on the American public, every day, spraying in the skies? Aluminum, strontium, barium, microplastics, you're breathing it in. It's in your testicles. It's in your ovaries. It's in your thyroid. It's in your body. It's giving you cancer. It's making you sick. It's slowing you down. They're sickening you every day. They don't protect you from the genetically modified food. Every day you're being assaulted by a bacteria that's been combined with the genetics of the food you're eating. Have some more Cheetos. Have some more General Mills cereal. Have some sugar that's not cane sugar, full of glyphosate. Eat some corn. Have some genetically modified corn that's dripping with Roundup weed killer. Enjoy. Wonder why you have psoriasis. Wonder why you have leaky gut. Wonder why you have Crohn's disease. Get some answers. It's a question. There's answers. The answers are not given by the doctors. The government doesn't protect you. The government lies to you. The same government that puts the CIA on Expedition Bigfoot. The same government that sells your children drugs, imports them from Vietnam and Afghanistan, brings them in body bags. The same government that blows the legs and arms off of your loved ones, of your high school valedictorians and varsity football players coming home pathetically wounded warrior status, retarded. It's a travesty what's going on to this country. What is compared to what should be is a fucking travesty. We can talk about Bigfoot being real without the government getting in the way and threatening people, but there are bodies, and the government has to come in and block those, or it would be out there. The truth would be out there. There would be pictures and people would just be posting it, and it would be out there just like pornography. If you wanted to see it, you could just look it up and get the Bigfoot pictures and the truth and the backstory. But no, they're going to cover it up. And then what? They're going to say you can't kill these things. But you don't know until you did it. Then they fucking tell you, right? We need to know. If you're going to be that fucking authoritative regulatory agency, just go and declare it for us, right? No, they want to fuck. They're a criminal organization. The government is a fucking criminal organization. Criminals never do you right. They've got the FDA out there saying only a drug can treat, prevent, or cure a disease. So all natural cures off the table. If you're a doctor and you want to offer a natural cure, in fact, natural cure is an oxymoron because there is no natural cure because only a drug can treat, prevent, or cure anything. So even the term natural cure, that's a misnomer, right? According to them. You see the lunacy? You understand the lunacy? It's the emperor's new clothes. It's the denial of what is. It's the redefining. I'm not hitting you. I'm not hitting you. Your hand's just fucking knocking into my fist. They're redefining the abuse for you. They're telling you you're causing the abuse. That's what the abuser does. They hit you and they say, you caused this. You comprehend that? You're being tortured every day. Satanic ritual abuse is what military intelligence does to the American public through the news. Fear, fear, fear. Satanic ritual abuse all day. If you understand what satanic ritual abuse is, and then you watch the news, you realize the news is satanic ritual abuse upon the American people on a mass scale. That's really what's going on. That's really this world. You have to understand that, or you will get nowhere. You will understand nothing. You will continue to be lost. Eventually, you have to get to the point where you say, look, this person has lied to me so many times. I'm trusting nothing they say. I'm not talking to them anymore, and I want nothing to do with them. And if they're in a position of power over you in the government, that's a problem. Same thing in a job. I need to get the fuck out of where I work because I got lazy ass pieces of shit calling in sick to work, not doing their fucking job, ruining where I'm fucking working, and then going, I don't know what's going on. What's happening here? It's fucking pathetic the way that fucking people get into positions of power and then don't do what they're fucking supposed to do. And when there's nobody to oversee it, the fucking boat sinks. That's what's happening to America. People obviously don't like my political talk because I'm down to 3 fucking people watching. I had about 14 at the highest point here, but you know, there's not a lot more to say about the Bigfoot conspiracy other than it's going on a constant basis. It's going on online. There's another channel I'll say, Snowwalker Prime. I don't trust that guy. I think he's a plant. He spreads false information. I was watching a television show one time, and you know, just a false cop show. You know, I don't know what I didn't even know the name of TV shows. I was just like clicking through the channels, and it's like, you know, there's like shows with like Ice-T when he's a cop, like one of those kind of shows, like, oh yeah, like NCIS, like some kind of show like that, right? So like it's like some show like that, and then the guy literally says, like in one of the lines, he's like, yeah, code name like something Snow something Prime. And I go, what the fuck? I'm like, Snowwalker Prime is on YouTube, and then they say code name Snow something Prime. And I'm like, okay, this is like uncanny coincidence. I'm like, I think they're like blatantly letting you know, like they're releasing real information because the CIA is behind a lot of Hollywood. First, Agent Cody Banks is in the CIA. It's a Disney movie. It's all about the CIA. There's a new show on HBO or Cinemax or something. Is called The Agency. It's all about the CIA. There's an ad on my YouTube that keeps popping up all the time. It's about the CIA. The guy's talking about, yeah, this, you know, the best, you know, something about making relationships, and CIA is great at making relationships and blah, 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 because they got drugs, they got guns, they got shit to sell, they got people to pimp, kids to fuck. That's the CIA's doing it all. What do you need? Who do you want to fucking do away? We'll get anything. You need a bomb? You need a fucking gun? What do you need? You fucking need an army? What do you need? Mercenaries? What do you want to do? Take over the government? What do you want to do? Fucking get rich, sell dope? Like, this is the CIA. This is what they do. William Donovan was flying dope with the Flying Tigers out of Korea during the Korean War. That's what they're there for. Get the dope. Start the secret black government. Sell the dope. That's what's funded it. They can't get the funding through Congress. They got to sell the dope. That's what funded the black military projects. Sell the dope. Go to Vietnam. Get some more dope. Who's got the dope? Afghanistan in the 80s. Get the dope. Get the dope. Get the dope. Get the dope. That's who's fucking doing it. Jesuits, Catholics, selling dope, running the fucking military. It's the knights. Who kills you? The knights. Swinging swords. The knights. That's who riding the horse. Killing you. That's who invades your country. The knights. That's who gets knighted. Equestrian knight, George Bush. Knight of Malta, Donald Trump. That's who does it. That's who's in charge. Rudy Giuliani. He's a fucking Jesuit. Trump's lawyer. He's in with the fucking boys. In like Flynn. Get a clue. You looking at the Irish Catholic epitome. I'm the fucking prodigy child right here. Could be fucking all you over. I'm teaching you the fucking truth. Think you're fucking smart enough? I got a fucking 1280 on the SAT test. 89th percentile of anybody that took the SAT test. Top 11%. Keep up. I never studied a day for it. I'm a pothead kid. My mom said, I'll sign you up for the SAT test. Everybody else is studying, trying to memorize shit. Here's me, ding, 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 ding. I know how the fucking world works. God, it's so nice to see you, Gigi. You can watch later. I've been talking for a fucking hour about conspiracy world, Bigfoot, about fucking double agents, about how it works, about how I learned, about the conspiracy government world and the UFO world, and then how I apply it to the Bigfoot world and how it's so easy, how the cover-up is apparently already here. It has been. And then Wes Germer was talking about it on his show in the early days, and, just the producers in the back, behind the scenes shit that goes on with the TV and the CIA being on Expedition Bigfoot now. There's an Expedition Bigfoot show. What's up? Oh my God, Randy Harrington. Holy shit. Hey, what's up, buddy? I was kind of hoping you might jump on. Yeah, I told you, Randy, I got to talk about this shit. Randy, I mentioned to him last night that I want to talk about this conspiracy stuff. And, he says, yeah, you're going to hurt a lot of people's feelings. I've got a lot of info. I've got a lot of Pandora's boxes to open. If they're so easy to close and there's no cat in the bag, let me take the string off the bag. You know what I'm saying? If there's no tiger in the bag, let him come out. People don't want it. I'm going to unleash the beast. You know what I mean? I've seen it all, man. I've put myself in these positions to experience this shit. And I am a watcher, believe me. But I've been watching. I've studied this shit. It's like I dropped out of college when 9/11 happened. I was so fucking mad I couldn't talk about it in any of my classes. No professor had the balls to talk about it. I was pissed. I want current events. I want real world shit. Give me education. I'm getting taught by a guy who graduated last year from the same college I'm going to, same state school. Fuck you. And now I know. Freemasons and Jesuits got their gang sign on the Colorado State seal. And I'm going to a state-run school. And then I got military recruiters on my college campus. I'm fucking yelling at them. I'm going to get arrested. Fucking week after 9/11. You know how fucking pissed I was? Fucking knock these motherfuckers' heads off. I'm a fucking rowdy kid, okay? You see these veins? You don't want me getting fucking mad. I wouldn't fuck with Randy Harrington, but anybody else, look out. I'll grab you by the ankles and put you down on my level. We'll be the same size and we'll fucking have a meeting of the minds. And I'm not a violent person by any means, but I'm not going to back down or be intimidated ever. The truth is the fucking truth, man. Don't ever try to hold me back. I know what the truth is. So I'm talking about this shit. Like I said, been going on for an hour about it. And it's going to be talked about. This was the practice run. No, I've never been to jail. Never been to jail. I'm damn good at talking my way out of handcuffs, though. Damn good. Done that a few times. But no, I'm just a real person. I'm a real brother. And that's how it goes. I went to jail one night, had to turn myself in for a crime I did, and pled guilty to a misdemeanor. So, it is what it is. Never made the mistake again, and learned my lesson. So you never know. People spread fucking rumors. It's crazy. I got somebody at work told me, I said, I don't got a criminal record. He goes, that's not what I heard. Oh my God. I work with some fucks. I really got to get somewhere else. I'd never really been. I spent the night there, but I turned myself in. It wasn't like I got arrested. I turned myself in on my own volition. I could have got a lawyer and gone to court and fucking evaded them and shit, but I'm a pretty honest guy. I had to go talk to a detective and admit what I did. And he's like, all right. But it wasn't a violent thing. It was just petty ass little thing. So, and I was like 20. So anyway, yeah. So pretty straight shooter. Don't have a criminal record. Christ, I hadn't even got a speeding ticket in fucking years, and I got written a ticket for driving over a solid white line. I about wanted to backhand this fucking cop, and he wanted to fight me. Believe me, I got out. And we had a little moment there where I says, "What, you gonna arrest me?" And his sergeant had to tell him, "Get the fuck back here." But you know what I mean? It's not illegal to get out and check your tire pressure when a traffic stop's over. At all. Anybody that says it is can fuck themselves. But yeah, I did a fucking FOIA request, got the body cam footage, and guess what? That chief of police isn't even in business. They just shut down the Morrison Police Department. So could have something to do with my fucking FOIA request of saying, let me see the body cam. Let's see how you're fucking acting and treating the public. I'd be a fucking stellar cop because I know how to walk the line. I don't walk over the line, and I don't back down. I walk that line firmly, and I walk it respectfully. But, you know, I don't want to get shot at. I just couldn't be a cop. And I'm not writing speeding tickets. I don't want to unless I get some real assholes out there, but I don't want to be that guy. I guess I'd be good at it, and I could. I've thought about it a million times. Denver cop told me I got to be 3 years clean if I want to be a Denver cop. So I just don't. Denver, if you call the Denver Police Department, they take an hour and a half to even call you back to tell you officers are still busy and they're not on their way. Is there still a crime in progress? Do you still need us, or can we take you off the docket list? I seriously told them last time they called me, I said, are you fucking serious? I said, I guess I don't expect anything from you guys. And she goes, okay, cool, I'll take you off the list. Thanks, bye, click. Holy shit, okay. Guess there's no fucking crime here. What the fuck ever. I had a fucking district attorney fucking say he's not going to press charges on somebody. I says, go ahead. I said, that's up to you. You're the fucking hangman. You're the firing squad, not me. Just because I'm involved in it and I fucking reported it, you know? It's like, you don't want to fucking press charges because you don't have evidence? Don't know what to tell you. Like, good luck. You're going to let him back out on the fucking street? You don't even want to try to take him? Like, it's not worth your time? Like, what would it be? Like, you know, like extra like 10 minutes a day for a couple weeks? I'm like, okay, go ahead. Just let people with guns, you know, threatening people just in cars back on the street. No problem. Just that's the world we fucking live in. At least we're not in California, man. They're just letting people out of fucking jail early. There's so much fucking crime. I see a California plate here. I'm mean mugging. I'm like, get the fuck out of Colorado. No offense to fucking Sovereign Cosmic Wild, man. You can come out anytime, dude. But I don't fucking like when California is showing up with all the shit that's going on, with all the street takeovers, with all the just shit generation takeover that's going on. Somebody asked me the other day, 81, you're the first generation Y or something. I says, fuck that. I said, I'd like to be considered the last generation to Generation X. It says, I was conceived 1980. I was in the womb most of 1980. I was born January 81. My heart's beating and ticking. I'm alive. I'm dancing to the motherfucking music. 1980, baby. So don't fucking kid yourself. I was here. I was experiencing it. If I'm blind, I'm still fucking here, right? I can hear you, right? So if I'm in my mom's womb, I'm still alive. I'm here. Generation X, like Sasquatch X. Don't fucking kid yourself. This is what's going on. I know I should go into politics. I should see the serendipity going on in my life. The other day I told the guy, dude, I should be the president of this country. I said, people like me that understand the enemy, that understand the paradigm, that know how to cut through it and make the accusation. See, they'd tear me up and they'd call me conspiracy theorist and fuck with me. But it's hard to fuck with me. But if you look at the people who are even in politics today, there's that one Matt Gaetz from Florida in particular. Like, I like his tenacity, but he's a hardcore Republican, and there's a lot of shit that I don't like about him, where I'm just like, you're obviously in on it. They're taking the money because they're not exposing the truth. So I don't take any money. I'm just out here telling the truth. What's my real name? What do you mean, what's my real name? Slim Shady. You can watch my interview on the Untold Radio Network. I gave my name on that. It was within the last month or so. But yeah, it's it's out there. I'm not so slim. I'm only like 180, but I got muscles. Yeah, my first name's Jameson, so that's me. But I go by many names: Bigfoot Truth, Local Squatch, Foot Clan, Bat Mom. You see me on Gemma's show on the Local Squatch channel. So I post my evidence on different platforms, just trying to get out there. I'm censored on certain people's shit. I'll come around the back door and talk about them on another channel, talk to them. They think it's not me. I'm pretty much open about it, though. I appreciate you saying that. The world is waking up a little bit more, but it's so hard to get through to the people. And it's not like I've got like fireside chats with, FDR going on where I can get through to the American public. It's a difficult road, trust me. I've talked to some of these guys running for office, and I tried to expose the Jesuits at a We Are Change meeting in Denver where Fritz Springmeier, who's one of my idols, who's passed away, he writes about the Illuminati New World Order power structure. He talked at the We Are Change meeting. I went there after the fact, met the guy. The head of the We Are Change is named Luke something. Luke starts with a R. This is an amazing story. So I'm telling this other politician who's running there. I says, "Well, you're Catholic." I says, "You're in like Flynn. No wonder they like you." It says, "You're going to do their bidding. That's why you're being supported." And he's like, "What? Really, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Watch." I'm saying the Jesuits. That's who runs the show. And so I'm trying to tell him. And Luke's like, "I don't know. You're getting kind of like excitable about this and blah blah blah." I'm like, "Dude, you need to understand. This is the most important thing for you to understand about the New World Order." And he's like, "I don't know." I go, "Pull out your ID right now." And I don't even know why I said it. I reach in my pocket. I pull out my wallet. He reaches in his and says, "Let me see your ID." He looks at it. I look at mine. It says, "When's your birthday?" And he says what his birthday is. And I said, "Look at my birthday. Same fucking birthday. Same fucking birthday." I said, "You think I'm fucking lying to you, dude? That's the serendipity. I'm telling you, shit doesn't just happen with me. I'm fucking here to sit with the message. I'm like a fucking angel. I'm here to fucking deliver it to you. You don't believe me? Look, this is the fucking serendipity. Right there." I left a comment on fucking We Are on the Flash of Beauty the other night. I says, "I've never sold a Bigfoot dream. Never have, never will. I talk about Bigfoot because it's the truth and it pertains to the truth." Whatever I said, the 81 characters were left. And then my next comment is 81 characters left with that comment. Not a coincidence. Because that's me. That's the truth coming out. That's the balance, the heavy and the light, 8 and the 1. You understand the 9 is the cycle. You understand numerology. Keeps going. It's crazy how numerology works. I'll just say that. There's some amazing stuff going on in this world. I was talking to this kid the other day when I was saying, "Dude, I should be your president." I was exposing to this British speaking guy in the aisle at work all about this shit. And I said, when you're swimming in the rapid waters of life and the water's rising, I said, "At what point are you drowning? Do you realize at what point are you drowning?" All of a sudden, this girl turns around. The back of her sweatshirt says "swimming" in huge fucking letters. I said, "Look, swimming. Look at that." This kid was astonished. He didn't want to tell me his name. I was like, "Oh, what's your name, bro?" He's like, "I don't know if I should tell you." He was so scared from the shit I told him in 5-7 minutes. He was like, "Oh, fuck." He's like, "You're a fucking dangerous one." You know what I mean? And yeah, you know what, Randy, you know why I call my channel Mr. Duffy? You know why I call this channel Mr. Duffy? Because imprinted in my mind is the voice of my middle school soccer coach and English teacher, Miss Prentice, catching me in the act so many times doing something mischievous and without any reprimand other than the exclamation of "Mr. Duffy!" Back straight as fuck right away. Choo. "Yes, ma'am. Just stop what I'm doing." Didn't matter. I could have been like, "Yeah, yep, going just about my business. Stop doing what I'm doing. Back on the straight and narrow." That's why I call this channel Mr. Duffy. Because I'm a teacher, because I remember that. It's just like, boom, had the impact of like, boom, in my mind. So I knew just what to call it. Yeah, my last name is Duffy. My last name is Duffy. I used to love Dennis the Menace. I love Nick at Night. But I love Dennis the Menace. I used to love I Dream of Jeannie. I used to, I had to go back and like remember some of the shows I used to watch. It was like crazy. But yeah, I mean, Dennis the Menace, maybe. I've done, but I don't know. I'm not that destructive anymore. Like, never really was as a kid. We did pull the shingles off the roof one time on a shed that my mom had to pay for. She was fucking pissed. But you learn. We threw them all over the house, and there was a street going by, so we were throwing shingles into the road, over the house, off the shed when we were on the roof of the shed. Like, I've definitely done some crazy shit as a kid, but after college, I kind of learned. I kind of grew up by the time I was 30, probably. I'm about to be 44 pretty soon here. Half a month, couple weeks. Yeah. Anyway, it's cool. I appreciate. Are you Irish Catholic, Gigi? Yeah. I mean, I don't consider myself to be Catholic. My father was, and I know the lineage I come from, and the Catholics are everybody that didn't get murdered by the Inquisition. That's who's left. The Catholics. That's the Catholics who originally, the Catholics are the ones facilitating the murder of the Protestant Christians, of those that say the monarchy and the popery are unjust and that no man has say over my destiny and my free will. And that's why if any denomination I felt inclined to follow, it would be Protestantism. And that's essentially what brought Europe out of the Dark Ages, if you understand the history and how it's been taught to me. Essentially, Europe is living in feudalism, living in mud and excrement, while the wealthy are in their castles collecting tax from the poor and essentially riding on the backs of us, which is what's happening in America today. And everybody's allowed to make their measly minimum wage, barely enough money to pay all their bills and take all the money back out of their pocket every year. And Christmas just wrings the last few drops out of your pocket, so they make sure they get everything, while the subservient and those who say yes sir and fucking suck the Catholic dick and appreciate the Pope and all the criminals they present to you to vote for. See, Stalin said voting is great as long as we get to count the votes. Yep, I remember, Gigi. You're Irish and I'm Irish, and that's what really counts. Is the blood tie and the nationality and the nationalism of where we come from and the identity that we share in that regard, and that we have a shared history and a genetic memory through our Irish descent, and the atrocities that the Irish people have gone through at the hands of the British is terrible, and the atrocities that the Irish have gone through at the hands of the Catholic Church is terrible. And the fact that there is a Northern Ireland is a testament to the fact that the Catholic Church has had its hand in the history of that country, just as they have in Germany, where there's an East and West Germany, just as they have in Korea, where there's a North and South Korea, and there very well could have been a North and South United States if Jefferson Davis and the Jesuits had successfully had the South secede from the Union, and Abraham Lincoln knew the plan of the Jesuits. That's why they murdered him, and he was able to stop with the troops the separation of this country. And that's what the Civil War was about. It had nothing to do with slavery. It was about keeping this country as one country. That is what the Civil War was really about. And then if you doubt me, listen to Eric Phelps on the matter. But everybody, I really appreciate you listening. I appreciate everybody who showed up. Gigi, Randy Harrington, Batmom, Wasatch Wendigo, bro. It was so cool to see you on here. I really appreciate you saying what's up, dude. Show me Sasquatch, dude. I appreciate you coming. I don't know Ranger Kim or not, if I do, but thank you. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys checking me out. It was really cool talking about these topics. You know, this is going down in history. Anybody can look this up, watch the live video, which is why I did this, because I could have filmed a, you know, a 20, 30-minute video talking about this, which I almost did. But then I thought, know what? I'm going live, just drank a cup of coffee, and I'm feeling a little giddy. So we're going to chit-chat about it and get the truth out there. And like I said, Randy inspired me. I was talking to a guy named Greg Ogles, who has a channel called Relic Films, and just talking about plants and double agents and secret society producers and behind the scenes shit. And once I started talking about it and putting it all together, I'm like, you know what? There's too much. It's just hitting. It's just hitting. It had to come out. It was building up inside. And I got it all out here in quite some time. And, you know, you guys got to get a little of my personality to boot here. So appreciate that. I can't believe you made it through this, Bat Mom. Much respect. Say what's up to me on the Gemma Jade channel when I'm talking on local Sasquatch. Now you know the handsome guy you're talking to. So, yeah, all good in the hood. And, yeah, I'll catch up with you guys in the future. Thank you for checking out my videos. Thank you for being subscribed to me. If you got this notification to come over here, super cool of you. Yeah, Gigi, I know, honey, you're so far away. I always think about you. Let me tell you a quick story with Gigi. I have paranormal Sasquatch experiences, and this beautiful woman lives halfway across the globe. And she has been one of my greatest fans, commenting on my videos, just being such a blessing to me. And she said, I was thinking about one day about your paranormal Bigfoot stuff. And she said, I had a hair tie on my hand. It was like this, like around her hand like this or something. And she said it slipped off. And so she went to find it on the ground. And within the metal zipper mechanism of her purse, the part that slides to connect the two zippers, she sent me a picture through the email of this. The hair tie had defied physics and actually become, this is a one-piece hair tie. It's one piece. It's fused together. But somehow it had gone through the metal, and now it was looped through the hole in the zipper of her purse. I presume it's still like that to this day, my dear, that you didn't cut it off, or maybe you didn't. I don't know. You know, that half-eaten deer by my house, it got dragged off into the gully by, I think, the police. I don't think animal control took it away. I think they would have taken it away. I think the cops dragged it off. They were probably pretty curious because I was telling dispatch that they might want to come and take a look at it. You know, I like to stay friendly with the cops. My neighbor's son was a county sheriff, and I like to think maybe my name's on the good list. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, but I mean, is that thing still within the loop of your purse? Exactly. It's still there. I saw the picture. But so when you think about Sasquatch defying physics, they defy physics for you. When you give the thought to, like, he came on Christmas Eve when I went and put the truffle out, thinking, God, I hope he comes. He hasn't came for so long. Like, it's kind of stormy. He does come when it rains and, like, when it precipitates. But it's hard to know even if it's the same one coming. I think there might be one, like, coming being like, don't give us gifts anymore. So it's just so interesting to interact with these creatures, to have any experience whatsoever. But the paranormal is on a completely another level. I could have an entire interview just on that stuff. And I told Jim Myers and I told Sibylla Irwin, and I plan to possibly be on Sibylla Irwin's Sketching Encounters show with my giant wolf experience. And also, they're going to have another show in the future. And I'd like to talk about my paranormal experiences with Bigfoot. But, you know, that's all possible in the future. I don't know. I've got a lot of stories. I've seen a lot of things move lately. I'm telling you, like, I would lean forward, and on the stove, there's a thing that comes out as like a light and a fan exhaust. And above that is a double door cabinet. And that door has opened and closed on its own above my head a couple times now, where I'm not catching my hat on anything. I'm literally standing there. One time I was just at the kitchen near it, and it opened and closed, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. That's where I keep the food for the Sasquatch. That's where I keep the things that I'm gonna give it. Also my cereal and shit, but there's like space up there. So I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna put this granola bar. I got these lollipops. I'll eat something and I'm like, oh, I'll save these 3 and I'll give him these, and I stick them up there. So I've got another experience where shit happened in my garage where we're feeding him these chips and it was these stale old chips my brother gave me to feed the deer. And all of a sudden, shit's getting rummaged through and there's noises in the garage. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I go in there and literally like shit is scattered. And there's boxes with pictures of food that have been like dragged out, even though no food is like eaten, because there's boxes that we're storing shit in, like tissue paper and like plastic bags and like random shit where I'm like, what the fuck? The box looks like it's food, but they pulled boxes off the shelf that had like other stuff in it, but the boxes depicted food. And then I conveyed that to a family member and they thought I was crazy until like they said, I heard something in the garage the other day too. And some stuff was moved. And I'm like, yeah, I think this friggin' thing's doing some weird paranormal shit. So I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. I know they're fucking outside. I know I get up at 3 in the morning, turn the light on in my room. I know by 3:30 I'm in the kitchen. The lights are on outside. If they're standing outside, they're seeing me shirtless or getting dressed or whatever, walking around in my underwear, whatever the hell it is. And, after I get a shower, usually I'm dressed, but sometimes, whatever I'm saying, like the Sasquatch has seen me in like rare form doing my thing. So they're out there and it is what it is. One time I came home drunk like as fuck when I was bouncing 3 something in the morning, closed the door, slam from the side yard. Something's like, snap. And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, I am not going down there right now, and I want to, but I am not physically in the, like, fighting mode. Like, I just had a long night, and I'm like, I just don't want it right now. Like, I'm not just going to be drunk chasing something. I better just go inside. Like, it's crazy what goes on with Bigfoot, but so many stories. Thanks, Randy. Peace out, bro. Love you much. Seriously, like, love your channel. Support you 100%. I think you're one of the best Bigfooters out there, and I even recommended to Sibylla and Jim to have you on their program for their last episode, I told you, but I mean, really, like, they got to get you on. You're talking about some of the most cutting-edge things in the Bigfoot world, and you've got also great advice for people, like the fact that Bigfoot can't see through a black plastic bag, but the thermal can shoot through it. That kind of little inside info tip can really get people to the next level, and you're giving out that kind of information for free, which is what I do, so that's why I respect you 100%. You're a manly-ass man. So, like I said, I wouldn't want to mess with you. You're the nicest guy. I mean, I can't say enough things about you, bro. Like, you are just a class act, dude. When you were on with MK Davis, I was blown away. You got some great guests. You got a great personality. And you've put in the field work. I mean, seriously, I can't say enough about Randy Harrington. Love this guy. I got a million jokes. I told Sibylla I'm going to write a song called If I Had a Thermal Drone. I'm going to get you on it. But yeah, friggin' shoot a music video. I don't know if you see this in the future, fucking just laugh. Shit. It's all good. I wasn't expecting the comment. I didn't know if you're still on. But yeah, seriously, bro, I fucking love you, Randy. You are a strong character, bro. And I could never knock you. No matter what you do, all I could say is, damn, Randy, you are so goddamn strong and you don't hit them hard enough. Like, that's the only criticism I could say about you, brother. You are the nicest guy, man. Real shit. So thank you, everybody, for checking me out. I'm going to let it roll on that. Check out Randy Harrington. He's been doing it for a long time. Big inspiration to me. Big inspiration for me to start going out and doing my research. And catch you guys all in the future from Colorado. Peace. Thank you. Love you guys for watching. Seriously. You too, Gigi. From my heart to yours. You've always been my friend. Thank you. Everybody else. Peace.